Hello and welcome. Today we're continuing our series on Christian apologetics. For those who might be new here, Christian apologetics is all about providing reasoned arguments in defense of the Christian faith. And today's topic is another big one. Why do Christians believe there is only one true God? Let's dive into the best arguments from Christian apologetics to understand this perspective. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of those key arguments that support the belief. Let's get into it. If you just came across my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Gigi. Out here, I share thoughts and ideas on a multitude of topics while I'm on a journey to more wisdom and better critical thinking. I am looking to build a community of people who are interested in such a journey. So if that's you, join me by subscribing and let's do it together. All right, so let's start with the basics. Again, according to Christian belief, there is only one true God. So let's talk about the nature of God, because Christian theologians argue that God, by definition, is the greatest conceivable being. This idea, known as the ontological argument, suggests that if we can conceive of the greatest possible being, then that thing, that being, must exist. If there were more than one God, none of them could be the greatest, since they would limit each other, and so thus contradicting the very definition of God. So that's the very first argument, a simple one. The second one is the problem of conflicting deities. Let's consider this. If there were multiple gods, they would inevitably have conflicting wills and purposes. This is like when there's more than one person as head of something, head of a household, head of a company, for example. They have their own personalities, their own wills, their own purposes. So they can work together, but they will be different. There will be different wills, pardon me. And so in terms of multiple deities, this would lead to chaos and lack of coherence in the universe. But to the contrary, the universe as we see it is orderly and fine-tuned. So if you have missed the episode called Order, Consciousness, and Math, today is probably a good day to go back and watch it. It is episode 6 in this series, and it talks specifically about that. So the second argument is that to the Christian worldview, it emphasizes the order and rationality of the universe, which points then to a single unified source of this order, a one true God. Next, you've probably heard me talk about a book I think everyone should read, Christians and non-Christians alike. So let's look at the morality argument once more. C.S. Lewis, the author, in his classic book, Mere Christianity, discussed the moral argument for the existence of one God, right? He argued that our sense of right and wrong, our moral law, points to a singular moral lawgiver. Again, if you have missed episodes in the past, the episode 7 called Pascal's Wager, Objective Morality and Personal Experience, in this episode, the argument is presented in greater detail. So for the same argument, the morality argument, it points out that if there were multiple gods, we, humans, could have conflicting or would have conflicting moral standards, which we do not. Again, watch that episode. Instead, we see a universal sense of morality that points to one ultimate source. And then let's talk about false gods then, right? Now, Christians believe there's one true God, but they also believe that there's what's called false gods. So, what defines a false god? Well, again, in Christian theology, a false god is anything or anyone that is worshipped in place of the one true God. So, this could be idols, other deities, or even abstract concepts like money or power. And the Bible, the book that Christians refer to, consistently warns against idolatry and emphasizes that the one true God is worthy of worship. We will definitely look into idols later on in the series, but we can take, for example, in Isaiah 45:5, where God declares that, I am the Lord and there is no other apart from me, right? There is no other God. There is no God apart from me. I will put it on the screen for you. So this verse expresses the monotheistic foundation of Christianity. Monotheistic as in monos, meaning single or alone, and theos, like a divinity, a god. And so the belief in one true God is not just a theological stance for Christians, but also a call to align our lives in the ultimate truth and source of all being that we believe in. So what can we learn from these arguments? The Christian belief in one true God offers a coherent and unified explanation of the universe's order, morality, and even purpose. I believe that it challenges us to think critically about the nature of divinity and the implications of a world with multiple conflicting deities and the religions that revere those deities. Now, before we leave, there's one very obvious question you may have immediately, which is, what arguments do Christians have to think that their God is the one true God and not just another false God? Well, that's a great question for another time, and I promise we will get there pretty soon. There's more to talk about on this topic for sure, and we still have road ahead of us. Okay, thank you for joining me on this episode. Let me know what you think about the one true God topic, whether you agree or disagree. I do think it's important to engage with these ideas thoughtfully. So don't forget to like to let me know you enjoyed it, to subscribe to stay tuned, and hit the bell icon for notifications for our next videos on the Christian Apologetics series. And I will see you next time.